Hey, story time. So, my last day of school was yesterday, and it was a half day, which means it was pretty crazy. A lot of the day was spent walking around the halls, taking pictures, because my school is, we're consolidating, and we're going to have to change colors and everything. So, we were taking pictures in front of the mascot and stuff. And, it was crazy. And we didn't have classes. We had to show up, we had to check in, and basically then you could leave and do what you wanted. So I did that. I was, at my 5th period class, right after my lunch. I have a lunch. And I walk in and I tell her that I was going to the band room. I was actually going to the lunchroom to sit with some friends, and a couple of us were doing that. A couple of us who had A lunch were going to B lunch so that we could sit with friends. So I did that, and I did this, and I did that, and I did that. The lunchroom is right next to the band room, so it wasn't that far-fetched of a lie. It didn't matter anyway. It didn't even matter. I just didn't want to say, hey, I'm going back to the lunchroom where I just came from. So we went there, and we're sitting, this big group at this table, just talking, I don't remember what we were talking about, when all of a sudden, this kid, we'll call him Phil. Phil stands up on the table and starts pouring mustard and ketchup all over us, all over everyone that he can, but especially us because we're at the same table. I don't know why Phil did this. I don't know if it was just something he wanted to do, or if he was out to get somebody, if he had been picked on. I sure hope he hadn't been picked on. I hope that the kids in my school are better than that. But it happened, and I was wearing a light pink hoodie, and it's got mustard splotches all over it. And if my mom can't get it out, I have another paint hoodie. But I feel bad for the kids who were wearing nice clothing on the last day of school. Afterwards I went to the band room, and I soaked my hoodie in the tub, and I was coming back out with my plastic bag and my hoodie, my 10-pound hoodie, and this girl, this middle schooler, they have lunch C immediately afterwards, and she's running through the halls screaming, there was a food fight, there was a food fight. And normally I'm not the confrontational type. But I had to say something. After all, I was carrying my 10-pound hoodie through the hall. She's screaming that, so I walk up, I tap her on the shoulder, and I yell, shut up, shut up. There was not a food fight. Look at this. He just sprayed mustard on us. Nobody fought back. So, I was just upset that that little middle schooler was doing that. So, we're calling it mustard vine instead of, we are horrible people, instead of Columbine, because we are just horrible, isn't that? The mustard attack. We need a different name. I know someone had mentioned something, but I can't remember it, and it was funny. Mustard vine is horrible, though. We're horrible people. So yeah, that kid's in trouble. And the thing is, they had teachers in the cafeteria ready for something like this. There were a ton of teachers in there. The principal, the vice principal, they were in there. And if looks could kill, Phil would be dead right now. He would be a goner. Oh man. And as we were getting pelted with mustard, kids were just laughing. I laughed because it was kind of surreal. Last days of school are interesting. Alright, that is my story. Woo! Story. I don't even know how long this is. I don't know. Ah! Bug! Okay. TFTBA.